coming at you today with our 1993 Fleetwood Bounder. Today I'm going to go over how to remove black streaks from your RV. If you are an RV owner, you are familiar with this. If you're not, probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But this side you can see on our at-home paint job is nice and bright white. We painted it last year. The condition is great for what it is. We used rollers. If you have any questions about the paint, I can drop that in the comments. But we love how it turned out. We did this for under $500 and did it all by ourselves. Nice and clean. Let's go to the black streaks that I'm referring to. So this side has not been cleaned yet, and you can just see coming down from the roof and down from our windows, we have tons of black streaks. So we are going to take care of that today. And I'm going to show you the solution we used and how we fixed our problem and got our girl looking road ready again. Let's talk about the product we're using today. It is called LA's Totally Awesome All-Purpose Concentrated Cleaner, Degreaser, Spot Remover. As seen on TV, I personally haven't seen this on TV. My husband found it on a message board when trying to solve this little problem of ours. We did try a few other options that were not cutting it, so we tried this and it is totally awesome, to be honest. So here's an up close of its label. On the back of the jug, we have all of the dilution scales. It does say this is good for RVs. It doesn't mention RV white walls on the dilution scale, so I just did a 6-to-1 ratio. That could be too high. Initially, AJ started with this being at a 50-50 dilution when he did our test spot. It doesn't seem to have affected the paint, but I'm a little leery of going that hard with the concentration. So I'm just using a 12-ounce spray bottle. I'm doing 10 ounces of water and 2 ounces of the solution. But as you can see on here, it does say that it's good for auto, RVs, and boats. So we're gonna go at it. So before I crawl up on my ladder, I'm going to show you guys just the spot that we have underneath the windows. A little easier for me to film this when I am on the ground. But I've got all my supplies set up next to me. I have some of my solution made from yesterday, so I'm just gonna finish off that bottle before making another dilution. You need a bunch of paper towels. You could probably do this with a towel, but it's gonna get sudsy, it's gonna get dirty really quick. So a number of paper towels. I think I went through a roll and a half yesterday doing the other side, most of the front and most of the back. I've got extra just to make more when I need it, a couple of clean towels for wiping. And because I do not know if this should just be left straight on the RV, I do go back after each pass and I really saturate the side with some water and rinse it off. Unfortunately, we are in a townhouse that does not allow us to be washing cars outside of our unit, so we have to do this little incognito. I'm not pulling out a hose, I'm not leaving a ton of water on the ground, and so this is where we're left with a tiny bowl of water and a washcloth. Okay, so I've got some paper towels, got my solution, I'm gonna go to work. So just spray it directly on the area. You want a good saturation. And we're just gonna go in initially and wipe off what we can. First pass is going to get a lot of dark material. We just kind of want to get that out of the way before we really go to town on the stripes. Okay, so after that initial pass, I'm going to go in with the scrub brush, resaturate, just really work it in. Our paint is going to be a little more porous, a lot more porous than what you're getting with a brand new RV or something that has a vinyl wrap and a nice glossy coat. Ours is going to take a little bit more work to get these streaks out. does dry out pretty quickly, just when you're spreading it out over your surface, so I don't do a huge area at once. You can see I'm not even messing with the bottom. I'm just going to start at the top, get it done, and then work my way down. Putting plenty of elbow grease behind these wipes. When I am initially getting off the dirt, I'm just kind of going over it lightly, but on this last pass, I'm really putting some pressure on it. Okay, so you can see it looks a lot better. I'm going to keep going at this, speed things up, get moving. I'm just going to give it a quick rinse so I don't have the solution just baking into my paint. This is just water and a rag. I'll go over this with a dry rag when I finish just to see if there are any spots I need to go back and address. You can tell right here, just from this little latch, we are still seeing some black streaks, so I will go over that again with my totally awesome solution. Dry rag. This whole process pains me because I hate getting steam paper towels. Are a microfiber cloth family, so for cleaning up things or soaking up spills, we're using microfiber cloths instead of paper towels. So filling through multiple rolls just jabs me in the heart a little bit. Nice and clean. Alright, so I'm all finished with this. Took about 3 hours all in on this side and a little more than half of the back of the RV. Turned out fantastic. I did give in, as you can see by my puddles, and give it a hose down. I did not have the patience that I did yesterday when completing the other side. So I'm gonna just risk it with the condo association and hope that nobody complains. Quick walk around. I do have a few key takeaways that I'd like to go over just as I summarize this video today. Clean things up, we did use LA's totally awesome all-purpose concentrated cleaner for our job today. We're really happy with how it turned out. Do you think we could have benefited from a wash at a truck wash, a high wash car wash bay, or even a power washing prior to doing this job? But really satisfied with it regardless. There are a few suggestions I would make now that I have done it myself, put all these hours in. Rather than a scrub brush, I would probably use a standard kitchen sponge. I did find that to do a lot better on those tough streaks. Would also suggest wearing eye protection for this job. If it's a little windy, you do risk the spray blowing back into your eyes, so you do want to protect them. If it's a hot day, do recognize that this cleaner is going to dry quick on the sides of your RV, so you're going to have to work in really small areas, or it's just going to dry and make things difficult to wipe up. So if you have a cool morning, I would suggest doing it then or in the evening. It was about 80 degrees today and it was manageable, but much hotter, and I think it would have caused a problem. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, watching my video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Have a good one.